So definitely his work, hard work, his tireless effort which he put, sleepless nights which he spent, all these things are remembered. All these things are also honored. His every effort to reach this height is being honored in this felicitation program. And I believe that, as just Pradeep sir said at the beginning itself, I believe that this is not, it is not that he has conquered the peak. This is what I believe is just the beginning of his journey. This is just the tip of the iceberg, which we are seeing. This is what I believe. He will reach definitely, you will reach a different height. You will change the things where you are suffering yourself as an individual, where you have seen the problems which we are facing as a citizen in the nation. So you are our hope, you are our voice, where you will represent the common people, where you will make a drastic change in our society, in our living, where we dream you as a great leader, a great intelligent man who will make a big difference in all over the world. So this is just the beginning. As I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg, which I believe you have got miles to go, and you will achieve every feat which you have dreamt and which you have harbored in your heart. Everything you will achieve, and our good wishes and prayer is always with you. It is said, there are many intelligent men, but every intelligent man is not wise. Because of that, I expect Mr. Manzar not just intelligent, but wise as well. It was my, I remember one of my experiences back 3-4 years back. The sister sitting there, Ishika, regarding her issue, that was the opportunity when I got that opportunity to meet Manzar. And when I spoke with him, a vibe I could feel, not just as a gentleman, but the character, the humble character, down to earth, that itself was a message to me. Yes, this man is something different. And this is something which I, the young girls and boys who are watching me live from home, even present out here, this is something that, this is sign of success of all those great individuals. Remaining very, very humble. So every time these humble people, they are eager to learn. And we stop learning when we stop taking correction. When we start showing our arrogant behavior, I know. So this is what I have seen you, Manzar. So I believe that you will reach definitely, you reach a different height where every one of you associated will feel very proud of you, and even the people who are not directly associated with you will also feel proud of you in the days to come. And I see that ability you have. You are not just intelligent, but you are wise enough. That is what I have seen few days back. Also this morning I was talking with some of your senior teachers this few days back. There was a question which was asked to you by some people about your future plan. And you are wisely saying this is not the right time to say what is lying ahead. So very mature. So this reflects your wisdom. So I hope, as Pradeep sir said, we all believe that this is just the beginning of your journey. You will go miles ahead. Our prayer, our good wishes are always with you. And not taking much time, there are much other speakers are going to take time. So you are focused at present from every angle. So being as a teacher, a math teacher may point you as a center of a circle. physics teacher may express you as a, what do you call, the focal point. The geography teacher may call you epicenter. All those subjective terms are used by the teachers. I found in English the word sensor is the word which can be expressed from the language of English. So the word sensor, I think, will fit you at this particular moment. So once again, we are very, very happy, and extending my happiness, I call upon the stage the man of this hour. As I said, the word sensor should be the right word. Mr. Manzar Hussain Anjum on the stage here. A big round of applause for this young gentleman achieving a different feat out here. Yes, indeed, it is an absolute honor for us to have him on the stage out here. And here, my brother sir is here.
And to honor Manzar, may I request Principal sir with a bouquet and a scroll of honor. So just go slow for you because we have so many photographs. We have quite a few photographers here, and so they need to take a snap. So please give some time. Principals are presenting a bouquet to the Prince of Islampur. This will be followed by a presentation of a scroll of honor. A scroll of honor. Thank you very much. Someone please help him to hold this. Ma'am, please, a little bit. And just move a little forward, yeah. Now this will be followed by a scroll of honor for our Prince. There we see the scroll of honor. Yeah, please take a seat, Manzar, and thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And now, the role of the parents in molding and nurturing the child, besides us. Of course, we are the second parent, of course, but the parent, right? The role of a parent in nurturing and molding a child to be what Prince is today is so important. And a number of times I heard Prince himself, I heard Manzar saying that in the various occasions. He had said that the role of the parents is very important. He understands that better than anyone else. And it's very important that we understand what exactly that role is. Because when we say role, well, there are quite a lot of roles. In fact, there is rock and roll also, right? But when we say role, what exactly does it mean? Now, words like hard work, sacrifice, and all these kind of words and adjectives, you put in there. But what I feel is that, this role is something that is spontaneous. It comes all by itself from inside. That very urge that I have carried the child for 9 months, and now he's in the world, and I got to show him the path, I got to show him the way to success. So whatever a mother or a father does for the child, starting from pampering them to beating them, like I remember, just a small thing, came in my mind. Like, there was a time when I would say, Manzar, get out of the class. You did not bring your diary. And today, Manzar sir, may I come in please? Now, or maybe, can I get an appointment to meet Manzar sir? Right? So from that place where Manzar get out of the class, you did not bring a diary and you did not do your homework, or probably I might have slapped him, I don't remember, really, I don't think he ever received a beating from me. And to talk about beating also is so dangerous nowadays, it's not allowed anymore. During your days, I think, you used to get 1 or 2, I guess, right? Alright. So you see, all these things put together, right? There comes the role of a parent, role of parents at home, role of parents in the school. When I say that, I mean teachers, right? So who else better than, the mother herself to talk about that? Isn't it? When you say role of a teacher, who else better than a teacher? When you say role of parents, who else better than the parents herself or himself? So may I call on stage, please, Manzar's mother, Manzar Sultana, please, Mrs. Manzar Sultana, on stage. Please come back on stage. Thank you very much. And may I call upon stage our chairperson, Mrs. Shivani Biswas, chairperson, Islampur Welfare Educational Society, the parent body that takes care of our school, to present her with a bouquet. So there we see. There you can see mother of proud moments, really proud moments for Madam. And of course, proud moment for Manzar, proud moment for all of us. His mother being felicitated, and really this is something that every mother, every father would like. So, photograph is done. It should be. Alright. Thank you very much. And wait, ma'am, wait. 1 minute. Will not make you so easily. I don't speak Hindi much, please don't mind. Like a little bit, alright? Thora, jitna bhi aata hai. So I was telling that एक मम्मी कितना कुछ करती है बच्चे के लिए, तो उसी बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे। तो हम सोचे इस बारे में कौन अच्छा बोल सकता है, कोई और नहीं, मम्मी। तो एक दो बात अगर आप बोल दें कि मंजर के बारे में, आप कैसे मतलब उसको पढ़ेंगे, उसके बारे में एक दो बात प्लीज आइए, जो मन में आया आप बोलिए।
सबसे पहले मैं सबको सलाम, नमस्ते। प्रिंस के बारे में क्या बोलूं, ऊपर वाले मुझे गॉड गिफ्ट दिया है, मेरे सब नहीं है इसके बारे में कुछ बोलने का। बच्चे बचपन से ही और बहुत ही तो हर चीज में वो बहुत अच्छा है, पढ़ाई में, स्कूलिंग में। मेरे मम्मी को मतलब बहुत ख्याल में रखता था, कभी वो मम्मी पापा से कभी भी कोई शिकायत नहीं किया। स्कूल आता था और हर चीज अच्छे से करता था। बचपन से ही वो बहुत ही तेज बहुत है हर चीज में। वो बचपन से स्कूल आता था वो, तो मेरे इसके पापा की तबीयत भी बहुत खराब रहता है और क्लासेस भी बहुत होता था उसको। स्कूल सबसे पहले तो मैं स्कूल का बहुत ही दहलीज से शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ। अगर ये स्कॉलर नहीं होता है तो बच्चे अच्छे से पढ़ाई नहीं होता। शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ।
It's quite obvious to become emotional, quite obvious, but let's let her rest for a while. She will be speaking. She wants to speak more. She wants to speak more. Please wait for a while. It's quite obvious to get emotional. A very emotional moment, in fact. Take your time, man. आराम से मैम आप बात कीजिए.
हमेशा से इसके पापा को बहुत शौक था कि मेरा बच्चा पढ़ा लिखा है अच्छे से. सारे बच्चे उनको चारों बच्चा बहुत अच्छा मिला है, बहुत समझदार भी मिला है. वो सबको पता है इसके पापा की तबीयत बहुत खराब रहती थी, क्राइसिस भी बहुत था. वो जो एग्जाम देता था तो बहुत यूनिट टेस्ट जब होता था हाफ ईयरली में, मतलब स्कूल की फी हम उस पे टाइम नहीं कर सकते थे. तो कभी वो अपने पापा से, हम तो तब स्कूल नहीं आते थे, उसके पापा ही आते थे. जब मेरी बेटी आई स्कूल तब मैं स्कूल आती थी, पहले मैं स्कूल नहीं आती थी. क्लासेस बहुत होता था तो कभी कभी फी पे नहीं कर पाते थे. तो कभी वो शिकायत नहीं किया कि हम अपना टेस्ट दिए या फिर रिजल्ट दिए, हमको मार्क्स लिखना है. उसके पापा का हालत देखे कभी वो शिकायत नहीं किया, अच्छे से अपना पढ़ाई किया. और सर लोग भी बहुत साथ दिए हैं उसका. सर सब थे वो भी बहुत अच्छे थे, अच्छा से किया सब कुछ. इसके पापा अगर भी रहते बहुत प्राउड करते, बहुत खुश होते.
थैंक यू मैम. सबसे बड़ी बात है आज बहुत बड़ी खुशी की बात है मैम. हम लोग अगर आप देखें, हम लोग स्कॉलर परिवार जो है, हम लोग नमन करते हैं आपको. हम लोग साष्टांग हम लोग प्रणाम करते हैं आपको कि ऐसी माँ अगर रहे तो हर बच्चे जो है आप देखेंगे हर घर में जो औलाद IAS होगा वो भी बन जाती. एक मजबूती, एक रीढ़ की हड्डी की तरह जो देती है माँ, वो आपने दिया है. आपने साबित किया है कि इतने सारे जो है आपकी परेशानियों के बीच आपने जो मकाम हासिल किया है अपने बच्चों के लिए. आज मैं जितना प्राउड आज मंजर के लिए कर रहा हूँ उससे कहीं गुना अधिक आपके लिए करता हूँ. ऐसी माओ को हम सभी देशवासियों की तरफ से नमन प्रणाम मैं करता हूँ. और मुझे बहुत खुशी है, मैं देखा हूँ शायद उससे मंजर को, और ये आंसू आपका बेकार नहीं गया. ये खुशी के आंसू है मंजर और आपके परिवार वालों के लिए. मैं भी भावुक हो रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये भावुक होना लाजमी है. ये 10 स्कॉलर का जो नाम था ना, एक पायदान मैं आज सीना ठोक कर कहूंगा कि 10 स्कॉलर का पायदान जो है वो 100 गुना ऊंचा कर दिया. ऐसे बच्चे, ऐसे माँ के बच्चे इस तरह का जो एक रिकॉर्ड, एक मकाम हासिल करते हैं, ये सिर्फ जो है आज वो इस्लामपुर का बच्चा नहीं है, देश का बच्चा है. आज ये IAS जो है वो पूरे देश का बच्चा है. और ऐसी माँ को मैं फिर से हमारे पूरे स्कॉलर परिवार की तरफ से नमन करते हैं आपको कि ऐसी माएँ हर कोई आपसे सीखे. इतनी सारी परेशानियों के बीच आज मंजर के डैड होते, आज उनके पापा होते, तो शायद बात कुछ और होती. लेकिन वो खुशी को जहाँ भी है ना वो देख रहे हैं, आज देख रहे हैं, आज इस ऊंचाई को देख रहे हैं. आज जब यहाँ पर हम लोग मंजर को देख रहे हैं, बड़े बड़े पोस्टर में आज हम लोग 10 स्कॉलर को जो है ना हम लोग एक छोटा सा बना करके उसका जो मकाम एक बड़ा सा कर दिए, उसका जो एक पोस्टर, तो ऐसा लग रहा है मन ना कि स्कॉलर जो है आज जो मुरझाया हुआ फूल की तरह इस कोरोना के बीच में फिर से वो जो है खिल उठा है इस बच्चे की वजह से. आज इनके साथ इसके जितने भी रिश्तेदार हैं, आपके सभी जो आज मंदिर के बीच जितने भी उनका कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन है, आज मैम लोग सभी है यहाँ पर, तो सभी को मैं अपनी तरफ से हमारे इस कॉलेज परिवार की तरफ से धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा. थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Now I'd like to request Dr. Santip Das, Secretary IAS and Honorable Director of the Scholar, to come and deliver a speech.
Honorable Chairperson, my colleague directors, Principal Sir, all the teachers, and of course, the man of the moment, Manzar Hussain Anjum, and his family members. Today is a great moment for all of us. You have achieved a great height. I heartily congratulate you for your stellar performance. Last time I met you, probably in the year 2013, like in the sports ground. Yes, sports ground. You were third year or final year in IIT Kanpur. I talked to you. I was astonished by one of your words that 12, 13 likes friends, you all together were taking coaching and you all cracked advance, JEE advance. All, the total run, yes. Today, Manzar Hussain IAS is a finished product, but the toil, the effort that our principal sir was saying, he must have many sleepless nights, many mental agony. This kind of achievement doesn't come in a day. You have to dream it first, then to materialize it. The conviction, the level of conviction, the integrity that you need is very rare. We can find many with intelligence, with brilliance, but everyone cannot achieve this height he has. But I believe the journey has just started. He has to go miles from here. His contribution towards the society will be exemplary, we hope that. In this context, I would like to share one anecdote of a IAS of 1991 batch. Many of you must have heard his name. He is Mr. Ashok Khemka. He was also an IIT Kharagpur alumni like you, Manzar. Computer Science BTech. Did his post-graduation in Computer Science, PhD in Computer Science from Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai. MBA in Business and Administrations and Finance. He is also a lawyer. In his service of 28 years till 2019 November, he has been transferred 53 times. I believe you all, this is something we cannot talk much. You all understand why he has transferred so many times. So, you will have confrontations with those persons every day, but still within that environment to keep your moral. The 3 Ds that our principal says, and I have read that scroll of honor, then there too it has also been mentioned that instilled that the value that the institute has tried to imbibe in you, it will be further reinforced by your training. Your training will be started very soon in Lavasana, Missouri. There you will also get another qualifications in public administrations like from JNU. That is a off-campus program of JNU. Their logo I have seen. Sri Param Bhushanam. In Sanskrit, it means character is the highest virtue. So, we expect that kind of character, that kind of integrity, and that kind of conviction from our Manzar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Next we have another felicitation of Manzar, and this time may I request on stage our Honorable Director, Mr. Devashish Chakraborty, please on stage. And may I request Manzar once again, please, on stage to felicitate Manzar. We have our Honorable Director, Mr. Devashish Chakraborty. And a small token of love. This one, I'll call it like that. This is a small token of love from the scholar family to Manzar Hussain Anjum. A bouquet along with a small token of love. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Manzar. And of course, please, come on, stay back, man. All right. You've said a lot of things in these few days you must have got tired saying so many things. But how can we leave you, when you're here, right? In your second home, and you're with your teachers here, so we can't really let you go just like that. You have to say a few things to us. In fact, many of our colleagues are probably of your age. You can advise them as well, advise us also, of course. I'll just hand over the mic to Manzar Hussain Anjum. Big round of applause here. The talk of the town, the talk of the day. Manzar Hussain Anjum, the topic is yours.
Thank you, sir. Honorable Chairperson, ma'am, Honorable Directors, all of my teachers present here, and all the non-teaching staff as well. A very good morning to all of you, and thank you for organizing this event for me. So, I prepared some things, and it was very nice to hear such good things about myself. So, I think this program is going live, and many students are watching me as well. So, a very good morning to all of you as well, and to the parents of all the students as well. So, I've come here, but many of you don't know me actually. So, my name is Manzar Hussain Anjum, and I was a student of the scholar. and I came to the scholar in 2003, so it's almost like 16 to 17 years before today. So when I came to scholar, so I was not a very good student. I remember. In fact, I remember the very first incident when I came to school. I came with my father. I had completed my fifth from some other school, and I came to the school in sixth. And the school was not like this today. It was just the office was in the third floor at that time, and there were 2 or 3 buildings. So I went to the office, and there was, I remember vividly, there was Saeed sir. So he interviewed me, and I was going to be admitted in class 6. So he told me, okay, you're going to go in class 6. So I'm going to take a short viva. So I remember one question. I don't remember the whole interview right now, but I remember one question. So he told me, tell me about the physical features of India, the salient physical features of India. So at that time I was really bad in English, so I had a difficulty understanding the question. And second, I was a very bad student as well. So I didn't know it for sure. So I looked at him with a poker face. So I'm not able to understand what he was saying. So he repeated the question again. So I'm going to repeat my question. Tell me about 2 physical features of India. So I couldn't answer again. So the next thing that I did was I said, okay, I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you 2 examples. So I'm talking about features like the Thar Desert and the Himalayas. So have you heard about them? So I said, yes sir, I've heard about them. So he said, okay, now tell me 2 physical features of India. I said, the Thar Desert and the Himalayas. So I was not a bad student. I was a bad student. I was bad at English, but I would say I was a big learner. So that was the beginning of the scholar for me. So I started as a student who had a relatively weaker background, and I didn't have a very good early education. So I was that in 2003 when I came to the scholar. So it goes on, and that was when I came to scholar. But there is another story before coming to scholar. So I had completed my 5th class, and I was about to come to the scholar. And this school was new in town at that time, and an ICS school somewhere. The city was small, so somewhere outside the city. So there were a lot of notions circulating around throughout the city. At the school, it has school buses, and it is an ICSC board school, and also that the school has a swimming pool. I was very excited about it. So I was excited about it, but at the same time I was nervous, because what I had learned was I had to speak English in the school, and it was a challenge for me. And in fact, there is another story that I have told in the interview as well. I didn't understand much of English. So the first day at school, I had purchased my new uniform, and I really loved the uniform and the tie. And the tie, earlier we used to wear ties where we had a different string attached to it. Now in Scholar we had ties that we had to knot. So I was looking sharp, and I was very confident that okay, I'm going to a new school. I had new books, and the smell of books was very good. So I was very happy that I went to school. So in the very first week, what happened? One of my books, I remember the Radiant Reader book. So it was in a poor condition, I would say. One of the pages was in a bad shape. So at the time, Pradeep sir was the librarian. So I didn't know about him then. So I went to him and I said, "Sir, the book has a page है फटा हुआ है." So this sir looked at me. First thing I had committed a sin. I had spoken in Hindi. So Pradeep sir replied something back, and he replied in English. So I looked at him. My eyes wide open. What did he say? So I told him again, "Sir, ye fata hua hai." So he replied back again. And to this day, I don't know what he had said then. I simply took the book back and I said, "Sir, it's okay, I'll manage it somehow." And I went back to my class. So this was me in the first week of the Scholar. So Scholar in 2003 was a young school. In 2003, I was in class 6 and I was a young kid. I have learned a lot from this school, and to say I have achieved whatever I have achieved today, it's because of the school. We have grown together, the school and me. So we say that today we see in the school there are good infrastructure, big buildings. But I always believe structure that is important is not buildings. Structure that is important are the teachers and the students and the relationship between them. And I must say, in Scholar, I have always found the teachers to be really helpful, really educating as mentors, gurus and friends. So, as I said, I was bad at English. So, the first few weeks was a struggle because I just knew 2 phrases in English. That was, "May I drink water, sir?" and "May I go to toilet?" So, I would simply sit and look at others speak so well, and I was indeed intimidated by everyone. So that went on for some time, and later I made some friends and I started learning. So I also remember, since the students are also hearing this, that I was admitted to 6th, and finally after 1 year I had to appear in the exams. In those days we had 3 exams, first yearly, second yearly and then a final term. And I remember I had failed in the first yearly and the second yearly exam. So I'm emphasizing this part that I was not always a good student. So somehow I managed to pass my class 6 examination and I was promoted to class 7. Class 7th was a year of great change in my life. And I would say that most of the things that I have learned today are a part of the journey that started in class 7 and the journey that started in the Scholar in class 7. So within a year, within 1 year of Scholar, within class 6, I had started to speak fluently in English. I could interact with the teachers, I could interact with the students, and I could learn books myself. So at that time, that was, I would say, milestone achievement because I could really read books now freely. So I would say after class 7th, on one hand, my journey in the Scholar, it was smooth academically because I began to learn things. But on a personal level, I had faced a lot of difficulties back home. And here I want to share my story, the things that I have faced, to actually tell everyone here, everyone watching me right now, that struggles, challenges, and problems are a part of everyone's life, and everyone has to face them. I have faced my problems, somebody else is facing his own, and each one of us must face our challenges, our struggles, and we should always keep fighting them. Only then, I think, our resolve to fight them makes us human. So, starting from class 7th, I had 3 major challenges, I would say. Firstly, back home, the finances, they were not very good. Secondly, I was not a very good student, if I have to tell. And thirdly, I lacked guidance. The area I belong to, I lacked guidance there. The only guidance that I had was in the scholar. So, starting with finances first, the circumstances were dire in class 7. And at summer, my mother said already, there were some moments where I felt that I'd have to leave studies. But here comes the role of my mother and my father. And they were very supportive. And in fact, my father, he would always keep telling others that education is an asset that nobody else can take from you. Every other asset, it can be taken away from you, but education is an asset which stays with you forever. So, with that in mind, I started my pursuit of gaining education, gaining knowledge through school. So, the problems that I faced, I would say, the first thing in finances, I was promoted to class 8 after 7, so I didn't have books, and managing the school fees itself was difficult. And I must thank the scholar for always supporting me in everything, be it the finances, be it through books. I remember that my fees, like I would have huge backlogs in fees, and never I have received any complaint from the scholar fraternity that my school fees should be paid or not. So I'm really thankful that they let me continue my studies and let me be what I am today. Thank you everyone for that. Yeah, so starting from that, in class 8, my finances didn't allow me to buy new books. So at that time I must thank them. They were 2 seniors. One was Ankit Jindal and the other was Manzar Hussain. They helped me with their books and they shared their books with me. I'm really thankful to them. If they're watching this, thank you. Yeah. So the school cooperated a lot and I continued my studies somehow. The second part was the part where I felt that I was really weak in studies and I lacked guidance. So I remember I took classes from Vijay sir. So right from class 8, because I knew I was very weak in English. So I felt that I must study under his able guidance. So every morning from Monday to Friday, I would visit his home. And in the beginning, it gave me jitters. Like, okay, I have to face Vijay sir every morning. The first person that I see in the morning is going to be Vijay sir. So am I ready for that? So somehow I finally started attending his classes. So from 8th to 10th, I took tuitions from Vijay sir. And I'm really grateful to sir for firstly teaching me everything, and the second thing, supporting me, especially with the fact that when I cannot recall how many times I have paid in fees for his tuitions in those 3 years. So I'm really thankful, sir. Thank you for teaching me. And also another incident, Vijay used to teach us upstairs in his home, so it had a big library, and that was the first time when I saw books related to WBCS preparation. And I think sir don't know it, but I have scrambled through that many times to check that if I was able to answer some questions or not. So the exposure, I would say, that also I got from there. And second guidance, I would say, the person is not a part of scholar. It is Sikandar sir. So I'm really thankful to him. He provided me ample guidance regarding my studies. So, so the journey, I was already in class 8, and by that time I was in class 8, I realized that I need to start working hard, and it was a situation where I felt like I have to perform or perish. So there was no other situation. I could see myself achieving something, or I could see myself sitting back home in my village. So I chose the first one, that I would work hard and I would try to improve myself. So it began with small targets, I would say, like I had already said. So in those times, the roll numbers, they were arranged in a manner in which we had performed in the class. I don't know how they are arranged now. So I knew that, I was pragmatic from the beginning, that I took realistic targets. So I felt that, okay, I'm not going to be the best student of the class all of a sudden. So I need to make small targets. I need to achieve these small targets. And maybe if I achieve them, I'll reward myself with something. So I took small targets. That this year my roll number is 8. Next year it is going to be roll number 5. So I started working hard for that. And I must tell that that habit continues to direct my life even today. So it is one of the things that I learned in school and continues to direct me even today. Yeah. So in class 8 finally I started waking up early in the morning, and I didn't know how to study, so I started mugging up the whole book, text to text. I'll remember everything and maybe I would become a good student. So I did that. And only to realize later that it was a futile exercise, remembering everything. But the good thing about that was, I got into the habit of reading textbooks myself. And that really helped in the later journey of the scholar. So I started improving slowly, and the journey continued. And I must say, my stay in scholar during that times, I was under the able guidance of many good teachers at that time, my mentors, I would say, and I want to name them specifically. There was Santosh sir, I'll take your permission to speak in Hindi right now because मुझे याद है सर अभी हमारे यूपीएससी में एक हिंदी का भी पेपर होता है, तो उसके लिए मुझे पढ़ना नहीं पड़ा। मुझे ऐसा लगा कि ठीक है, मेरी अर्ली एजुकेशन ऐसी हुई है कि मुझे दोबारा पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा, and I really qualified that exam. It was a qualifying paper. So I'm really thankful to you, sir, and also Suchita ma'am. They have been my mentors at that time. Thank you. Yeah. So next person that I want to thank, and she was my favorite teacher in scholar at that time. It is Sanchita ma'am. So I think she's not here right now. So yeah. So I'm really thankful to her, and the best thing about her was she always motivated me, no matter what the circumstances are, and I would say a teacher with grace, you would like to follow. She was such of a teacher. So I'm really thankful to her. And I remember she was very curious as a teacher herself. So I would often come to her and say, "Ma'am, I don't know this." Or sometimes it would happen, I would ask something and that she wouldn't be able to answer. So in the very next class, she would come up and she would always answer the question first and then start teaching. So I'm really thankful to her. Another teacher that I want to thank is Ratan sir. So he was my class teacher in class 10. So he has been really helpful. And another teacher, Ramesh sir, I would say. So these teachers, they helped me build. I was in the sciences background. So at that time, they helped me a lot in overcoming my problems, my weakness in studies. I'm really thankful to them. Another person that comes to my mind is our principal sir before, Mr. Patra sir. So he was a person that brought big changes in Scholar. I remember that we used to appear in boards, but the real target to excel in boards started during his time. Mr. Patra's time. And he came to the Scholar and he asked us to do things that we hadn't done before, appear in test papers, bring mock papers and appear in them. So that was new for us, and that helped me improve myself during that time. So I remember in my class 10th, I had many test papers, mock papers, and here I must thank one of my friends, Moin. So I didn't have books at that time, especially guidebooks and mock papers. So at that time, my friend Moin, he helped me get those books. And I remember what I did was, for every subject, I would myself take this initiative that I solved the papers within a particular time, within those dedicated time, 1.5 hours, 3 hours. And I would write those tests myself. And I would come to school next day and I would submit the papers to the respective teachers. So, and this started. And my teachers, they never hesitated and they never asked what is this, what is that. And they simply helped me analyze my weaknesses, and they helped me hone myself, polish myself, and they helped me a lot in preparing me for the future that lied ahead of me. So I'm really thankful to them. So by the help of all the teachers and all the mentors, I finally did my class 10th, and I performed really well. And that was a moment, I would say, which propelled me, that filled in me the confidence that I could do good in life. I come out with such good education, especially the board, ICSE board. It's a really good board, so I'm really thankful to the directors that this could come here. So I was instilled with confidence. I was young, and I would say after my results, I started considering myself as bright as well. So I filled admission forms. We didn't have class 11th and 12th in Scholar at that time. So my parents, they did not have much idea about where I should go, where I should continue my 11th or 12th. So given the background of my maternal side, I had two choices, that I filled forms of Aligarh Muslim University and Jamia Millia Islamia, 11th and 12th. So I filled these two forms. So fortunately, I would say I was selected in both these exams, and I would say that God has been really merciful for me, given that many students from different backgrounds come and appear in those exams. And I was lucky that I got through those exams. Had I not been selected in those exams, I had not filled forms anywhere. And maybe my life would have taken a different shape altogether. So, so the results of Jamia were published earlier, so I went there. I was going there in those days. We traveled by train. The journey was of around 36 hours. So I was traveling, and meanwhile, while traveling, the result of Aligarh Muslim University came out. So one of my uncles, my mama, he came to the railway station and he informed me that I was selected. And in those 2 minutes, I had to take a decision whether I wanted to join Jamia or whether I wanted to join AU. And I told him that I was tired and I wanted to get admission in AU also. And that's how my journey began in Aligarh Muslim University. And with the I would say character that I had built in the scholar, and like sir mentioned many times that discipline, determination and dedication, this has been our motto, and I really followed it throughout my life, because I feel like hard work is something that you have to do on your own. But if you are disciplined in life, then you can manage many things altogether. You don't have to put extra efforts for that because you are disciplined. You wake up in the morning, you are disciplined, you have a schedule, you follow it, and at the end results are that you end up doing things for which you have to put in extra hard work if you are not disciplined. So that was the first thing that I learned from the scholar. The second thing, determination. I think that was the trait that helped me stand here today. So I was determined from the beginning. And dedication, I would say, we don't really understand sometimes what dedication is. So I also didn't understand it in the beginning. So later I thought about it and I felt that it's important to dedicate our work to someone. We need to do things for others first. So I learned it in Scholar itself. And I dedicated every effort that I put to my close ones, my mother, my father, my brother, my fellow scholar friends. So that quality helped me do well in my future aspirations also. Yes, so I remember the scholar incidences in Scholar that I want to tell. Sorry, in Aligarh Muslim University in my 11th and 12th. So in my 11th and 12th, I didn't have a phone. So I remember in those days, many companies, telecom companies, had all of a sudden they started booming. So there was a telecom company was started at home, and charges were really high at that time, but due to competition, the charges were lower. So I remember one of my friends, he had a Tata Docomo SIM, and what would happen every week, I would recharge it by 10 rupees, and with those 10 rupees, I would be able to talk for 25 minutes. And every week, I would wait to talk to my mother. I would call her every Saturday and talk for 25 minutes. And she would often tell me, कि क्या बात है इतनी देर बात कर रहे हो? So I would say, नहीं मम्मी नया ऑफर आया है and I can talk for 25 minutes to talk. So that was it. I was away from my home. I was alone. I was in a distant place. So when we go somewhere, when we start doing something, we have a fresh energy, we are zealous, and we feel that the sky is the limit, we'll achieve everything. And it happens with everyone. And especially in student life, this is so. We get promoted to a new class, we study a lot, we feel we have got fresh books, we have got new books, we will study hard this year. But ultimately there is a mid-year crisis. We put enough efforts in the beginning, and in the mid-years, after 2 or 3 months, there is a fatigue that shadows in, and we feel that, yeah, बहुत हो गया. it's too much, I will not be able to study anymore. I should rest now. Or we try to misdirect us, we try to distract us. So that started happening in India. So the same thing happened to me. I was away from home, I had visited home. So I remember someone from home visited earlier, and he had brought some good food. If we are away from home, then food is something that we really cherish. If homemade food is brought to us, so homemade food was brought to me. So I had a good time eating it. But ultimately, when I was going through the whole parcel, there was a letter, an envelope, and so that I opened that envelope, and there was some money in it. So I was really happy that okay, this is paise bhejne and I'm really happy, and now I can have a treat. But as I opened the letter, there was another paper in it. So I opened that paper, and a very emotional message was written in that letter, that I should continue my pursuit to improving myself, I should work hard. And back home, people, they do not want to put any pressure on me. That was put in that letter. And that letter was sent by my Khala, Sobra Rahmani. So I read that letter, and the media crisis that I had at that time, that vanished all of a sudden. And I felt that I need to work hard really, I need to work hard more. So this is the importance of support from parents, from relatives, from everyone else. Because see what happens, that if someone appeals to us emotionally, then we tend to be we put more efforts. So that happened to me in my life, and the thing continued. And if I also believe that if you start working hard and if you put extra efforts, so the people around you also get inspired, and they also start putting a lot of extra effort. And I have seen this in my school when teachers put a lot of extra effort because of me, and in future as well, in Aligarh Muslim University as well, and my parents and relatives as well. So my journey continued. I studied in Aligarh Muslim University, and by the good foundation, I also managed to top the boards in Aligarh Muslim University. So the thing happens that you work hard, and then you do good in studies, you work hard, you achieve something. So often it comes to everyone's mind, is it worth it? Working so hard. So I would say it's definitely worth it. You achieve small targets in your life, and after every achievement that you have achieved, many opportunities open up. To the new generation, I would say you have played many video games. So in video games, you must have said that there are different parts of a game where you unlock an achievement and you get some rewards. So the same happens in life. You work hard, you achieve some targets, and new opportunities open up for you. And that's what happened for me. I did well in Scholar, I had learned many things, and these things opened opportunities for me in Aligarh Muslim University. I worked hard there, and finally I got the opportunity to go to one of the reputed engineering colleges, that was IIT Kanpur. So so I was selected in JEE, and I had to complete my counseling process. So I remember at that time I had to pay the fees. It was 40,000 rupees. I remember it clearly, and needed a current account to pay their fees. So among my relatives, no one had it, and if someone did have it, they tried not to share because of some issues. So finally, I remember my teacher in Narayana in Aligarh, he helped me out with this, and I'm really thankful to him. It was because of him that I could take admission in that course. So I started my journey in IT. My parents were really happy that our son finally started going to an engineering college and would finally do good in his career. And prepare ka khada ho jayega, that's what they said. So that was the time I would say I faced the biggest challenge of my life. My father, he demised in 2012, the very first year of my college. So I had a hard time in those days, and I'm the eldest son of my family. So being the eldest son, I had some responsibilities that I must fulfill because my other siblings, they were studying at that time. So my mother, she really, I would say, an iron lady at that time, that she let me study, and she never complained that I, being the eldest son, should manage the family. She always promoted that I should continue my education and continue with whatever I want to achieve in my life. So I'm really thankful to her. So finally college continued, and I've taken an educational loan in college, and I continued my studies, and finally in my final year I got a job. Life was good. I had landed in a good job. I felt that I'm satisfied, and after that, this was the end. I have achieved what I wanted to achieve. So I was continuing my job in Mumbai. I was my background is in civil engineering, but I did a job in a programming firm. So I was happy with my job. So all of a sudden, the results of Prelims 2017 came out, and my roommate, so he got selected in Prelims. So that was the time when another thought struck me that going ahead in life never stops. Like Sir said, the sky is the limit, and you have to go beyond that. So that was the time that I realized that this is not it. There is something more that remains to be achieved, and I have to work hard. So the very first thing that I did was I called my parents, my auntie as well, that I'm going to leave my job and I'm going to prepare for civil services. So they were a little jittery that he's going to leave the job. But ultimately they supported me. They told me if you want to go for it, you can go for it. So there are other reasons as well for which I chose to go into civil services. So, during my school, I always thought that in Islampur, we are going to be the first generation that is going to do something really big. And I always felt that the responsibility is in our shoulders, that we take this generation ahead so that the next generation have a good time and they do not have to put too much effort. Because we know that the first person that does something good has to put in a lot of extra effort. So we are a generation that must put a lot of extra effort. So that thought continued in my mind, and I finally decided to get into civil services. So even civil services, like I said, I felt like the class 6 student after getting into civil services. I had a background of I had to get into humanities. So could I have some water? So yes, I started my preparation, and I felt like a class 6 student. I didn't have a background, I didn't have guidance, and it was scary. And the same thing continued. I failed in the first attempt, like first yearly examination in class 6, second yearly examination in class 6, and I failed in the first 2 prelims in UPSC as well. But that it didn't deter my, I would say, not pursuit. That didn't deter me in achieving what I wanted to achieve. And I kept going forward, and with the support of my family, I was finally able to clear the exam last year as well. So in 2019, civil services, I cleared the exam, but my rank was not good. And the second thing that happened, I was disqualified in the medical test. I had a high weight, so I was disqualified. And somehow the circumstances were such that I hadn't reappealed, and the finally said that I cannot get a seat that year. So here I was rejected, and I was sad because I didn't get a service. Because at this age, at the prime of your life, what you want is a settled life also. So I didn't get a service at that time. So I was rejected, and with that rejection, I wrote last year's exam. But in school, we were always taught that there is always a silver lining. So that silver lining existed for me, and I learned from that that no matter what the circumstances are, you must keep going forward. And with that attitude, I appeared in this year's exam, and so finally, this year I have achieved all India rank 125 in civil services examination. So, like sir said, that after the results, many were like, okay, he has achieved something. But behind every achievement, I would say, like the achievement feels like the tip of an iceberg. And behind every achievement, there are challenges, problems, some ups and downs that people face, and that is really not seen. So I wanted to share with these with everyone, so that they know that I am one of you. I am also a person who has faced challenges. You are also a person who has faced challenges, and I consider myself lucky that I faced them early in my life, because I got to learn a lot from you. And I also consider myself lucky because I have been in many times where I consider myself lucky to go outside and meet new people, learn from them. So that continues. So having said that, since the students are watching this, I want to tell that, see, learning never stops, and one must continue to learn throughout his life. Because once you have felt that, yeah, I have learned a lot, I don't need to learn anymore, somebody else will overtake you. Some new things would come up in the world, and you just tend to be a native person then. And the pursuit should be to achieve wisdom. Knowledge is transient and transforming, but wisdom stays forever. That is why I say, like sir said, that a teacher always remains a teacher. Because a student, he gains knowledge, but a teacher, he has wisdom. So, start working hard, start learning, and always try to achieve excellence in whatever you are doing. If you are in class 7, try to do good in class 7. make realistic targets, achieve them. If you are in 8, try to do good in 8. So that pursuit should continue. And I would say that the 3 things that you must imbibe first is already given in your logo. That is discipline, determination and dedication. So if you achieve this, I would say the sky is the limit and there is nothing that can stop you. So with that, I would like to thank everyone. Thank you. And, I'm really thankful to the whole scholar fraternity because without your help, I don't think I would be able to stand here. And I've always felt, after I left Scholar, I've always felt that the values, the character that Scholar helped me build, that helped me drive myself throughout my entire career. So thank you, and long live Scholar, long live Stanford. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, Manzar, for taking us down memory lane and inspiring us with your words. Now, I'd like to call Dr. Anjum, Manzar's brother, to share a few words with us.
Good morning, everyone. All the teachers, all the staff, the employees. I was so short and I was expecting to speak anything, so I have not prepared anything. So it's felicitation of my brother. I'm his younger brother, and I'm 2 years younger than him. But we have a same relation, like a relationship of same age, and we have studied together in Scholar, and it's his felicitation day, so I would like to share some stories, some small stories, and how he has grown from nothing to everything in Scholar itself. Because after Scholar, we weren't very much in touch, but in Scholar, I have seen him grow from nothing to everything. So he was good. I don't know, he wasn't very good in the beginning, but somehow within 2-3 years, he was good in everything, be it studies, sports, debates, everything, all co-curriculum activities, all subjects. I remember there was our principal sir, Mr. PSP. He came in my classroom and he stood me up and said, "Your brother Manzar Hussain Anjum is very good in studies. You are not good in studies. You need to work hard." And this went on in everything in co-curriculum. So I was a shy kind of student. I was very bad at sports. He was very good in sports. He achieved a lot of medals, lot of appreciation, and that kind of put me in a silent pressure. Like I myself put that pressure in me. Now I also have to do something good in life because people have started expecting from me as his brother. So in sports, I remember we had our first inter-school football competition with the father level. So they were preparing, our school prepared a team, and we were preparing. I accompanied them just to learn, just to observe. I was very bad in sports, especially football. So I accompanied them, and I remember one of the practice sessions in this school field. There was Shantu sir, and he just challenged randomly that from the center of the field, whoever hits this football in the top of the building, I will reward him. And my brother took it seriously, and he did. He attempted it, and he broke one of the windows of the top floor. That I remember, and the story will go on. He was very good in almost everything, and especially the leadership quality. I've seen him. It started in the Scholar itself. He was very good administrative skills and leadership skills
in scholar itself. Somehow, he became the prefect, and then he started taking responsibilities and discussing things that should be done in scholar. And at that time, we were young, and scholar was always also young. So scholar is kind of we kind of grew together. So that's the relationship between us and the scholar and the teachers. We all grew together. So that's the best kind of relationship amongst the education system. And because the people are watching live probably, so for them, that's a message that my brother has already given the message that struggles are part of life, and we should keep struggling. He is a motivation not just for me, but for all of you guys, all of the district, all of the town, and just keep following your passions, your 3Ds in the logo: determination, dedication, and I probably forgot the third one. Discipline. Because I like sorry. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We've almost come to an end of the program. Now I'd like to request Vijay sir come forward and deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all of the respected guests, Board of Directors, Chairperson Ma'am, Sir Manzar Hussain Anjum, and all the members who have come to attend this program from Manzar's family. Manzar's mom, basically, Mrs. Ravani, our teachers, non-teaching staff, representative of the reporting houses, our famous Sampada, Ashok, everyone. Before I begin, or finally I wrap up this program, I would like to say thank you, Manzar, because it is the, I feel, I I love to speak to them. And they came up. And whenever they met me in tuition, I always shared these things. You have got everything, then why not that excellence is coming up to you all? Now finally, he followed everything and achieved this feat, not only for himself, for all of us who are associated or have been associated with him. I want to say that his development is like a tree. When I first stepped into the scholar, I remember there was this exported me in his bike. At the time, people knew me as a Tartar. And so whenever anything went wrong, beating, slapping, it was that very troubled time. Very, very big trouble time. I thought only one thing. You see, we had hatchet structures at the time. And whenever we used to say, introduce ourselves as a teacher of an English medium school, though I had a very humble background from the Islampur town itself, people casted a look of disbelief. I see a school teacher. We used to, tell them about our location? Oh, you have got captured down. We made people understand everything. That very day, I remember the first day of inspection, Sir John A.K. visited our school. It is because of the interaction with these people, with our students. He was very, very satisfied. Sir, first school which I have visited, their students are citing teachers as the example, that in life they want to become teachers. Normally, whenever I interacted with them in the previous schools, wherever I had been through, the teacher said, a student said, I want to become this engineer, doctor, this and that. The teachers. So you question this one. Whenever any opportunity came, I wanted to push these two students, push them back, so that no matter whatever comes up, as the result, consequence, push them to the front. So at least, from one regard, the kind of speaking skill they developed by the time, the kind of maturity they showed in having had a discussion with the people, like their teachers, of the invited guests, they can come up with certain output, that's for sure. Medals we did not want. At least a kind of appreciation. सिर्फ एक दो अक्सर रिमार्क मिल जाए सबसे काफी है. And after that, what has become now, it is a history. So Manzar's development as a tree. Manzar's mom, parents, their contribution. On the other hand, our sir's contributions, ma'am's contribution, to lay down a foundation of the school. They are the roots. Now finally in the beginning, as we grew up together, teachers, their contribution, students, their contribution, the main trunk. And from there the Manzar's development. Now as a crown of glory he has come. Now he will offer shade to others who will be seeking under his shade. So a great opportunity he is going to get to serve our great nation. So obviously from here, lot of expectations develop. Okay, as a student, we do not possibly want anything more. But as an upcoming IAS officer, we will be wanting him to come up with lots of excellent things. Our country is in need of people like you, Manzar. उस नज़ारे के लिए हम सब इंतजार कर रहे हैं ताकि अभी सेल्फी का ज़माना है, उस सेल्फी हम लोग ले सकें. Just few days back, we had a discussion. Possibly, I was the last man to enter into the discussion room. The high school teachers here in the town, we have a big take primary teachers, high school teachers. They are speaking about their students. We have got so far from that batch. This is the doctor, engineer, this and that, etc. Just in the midst, possibly, I entered. I entered with a remark. हमारे पास एक IAS officer है. Suddenly, the whole discussion went wrong. I told them, just you, whenever you take panga with me, no, I will threaten him by the name of my student. Sure, that's for sure. So, our chest has swollen up more than the chest of the Prime Minister. That's for sure. Chappal Institute ज़्यादा हो गया. So credit goes to mom. सलाम आपको मैडम. मौसी जी को भी, क्योंकि बीच बीच में आप ही मिलती है. मिनिस्टर साहब इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं, यहाँ कभी आ जाते हैं. विजय सर आप कहाँ थे? आए हैं तब से बैठे हैं, आप दिखाई नहीं दिए. So these are the memories we are going to cherish for a long time. But finally, as we are teachers, we have got everything for everyone. Satish sir knows it very well. Devashish sir, Amit sir, Ajay sir. We reach out to the level of even advising the doctors. Sir, can you prescribe me this medicine, this and that? So for an IAS officer also there is something from our end. So Manzar has grown as a big light. The big stalwart erections we find nowadays at the junctures of important roadways. Now, various sparkling roadways are coming up in our country. So as a light, it is not to make the distance shorter. It is to aid every passers-by, the commuters on the road, to travel further, to make their journey safe and sound. I hope Manzar will always spread light, no matter whatever it comes to his way, and he will surely give us an opportunity to remain associated with him, and scholar would always cherish this success till we reach to the final peak. Though after that there will be another journey starting for another destination, we will surely preserve in our closet. So thank you all for attending this August arrangement from the scholar family. Thank you all. Hope you have got a nice time ahead. Thank you everyone.
Thank you sir, thank you very much. And we are right at the end of the program, so may I request last time Manzar Hussain Anjum, please, Prince of Islamabad, on stage, and may I request Santosh sir to take over the mic for the national
যেখানে
anthem.
এমডি মনজর হুসেন আঞ্জুমের ফেলিসিটেশন
इशिका आप आ जाओ. नमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता. पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा. विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जल तरंगा. तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जय गण मंगलदायक, जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे। थैंक यू।
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now we'll have Manzar and his team to be escorted to a particular room for small refreshment, please.
আমি শ্রী আমার সাথে ছিল সকল শেষ নমস্কার।